Hi, Charlie. Can you tell the audience your name?
Charlie-Kohler.
So, Charlie, you've accomplished a lot in the area of martial arts, and specifically Brazilian-jiu-jitsu and MMA. How did you get started in martial arts, and what arts have you trained in?
Well, I got started when I was 5 years old. I was living on the island of Hong Kong, and I got in a lot of fights when I was a kid. There wasn't much to do, so my parents thought it was a good idea for me to get involved in martial art and be more active in something. So I started Taekwondo from 5 to about 9.5, 10.
Okay.
And I achieved a black belt in that. And then when I came back to America, Kung Fu, karate, all kinds of American martial arts, and then Eskrima, Kali, Pinjat Silat, Thai boxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, a little bit of everything.
Okay.
After that, and got a black belt in most of them, where I've been pretty competitive, a lot of them.
Okay.
And most of them for more purposes of self-defense or being able to be confident in the martial art itself instead of just the belts.
All right, very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike a lot of guys that make a living fighting, you actually earned your bachelor's degree, and then you also went on to start your own company, San Diego Fight Club. So how did you get into the business?
Well, I got into the business. I was always teaching straight out of high school and had friends that wanted to learn. I was very selective with my students. And then right out of high school, we started learning jiu-jitsu, and we started using it as a ministry at the church to bring people in.
Okay.
It's very rare martial art back in the time. That was probably about 20 years ago, and there was one other place in San Diego, maybe two, that taught jiu-jitsu. So we had a outreach where we did it at our church, and people would come in. And,
nice.
And we had hundreds of people, probably thousands over the years. A lot of them went on to become fighters and did their own their martial arts and their own schools through that. And we reached a lot of people. And then from there, the ministry everybody got a little bit older. We went through college, and everybody started going their own ways. But I still had a good following of students, and they would follow me wherever I would train.
Okay.
And end up opening up a little school just to teach them. Went to a couple different places, Grand Hills High School, a place in Santee called Dogs, and then our place in Broadway, now our new place over here. So we moved all over the place, and a lot of people kept following me as we went. So I just decided to open a place for them to train, and never really intended to make it a business, but it ended up turning into one.
Well, very nice. Most successful people are self-disciplined, which is what martial arts is all about. So how has the discipline you've gotten from martial arts helped you with SD Fight Club?
I think it's you know, you do anything by yourself, and martial arts is a team sport in a sense, but there's a lot of individuality that you have to do, and you have to reach out and to make yourself better than the next guy, and competing and fighting. So in business, it's the same thing. You're always competing against somebody else, whether it's in the same industry or not. You want to succeed. So it gave me the discipline to really be able to work by myself and concentrate on the things I need to concentrate on, and focus on discovering new things and just exploring, I guess. You know, in martial arts, you never want to be pigeonholed into one thing, especially in MMA. And in business, it's the same way. You're always exploring different ways to market and different industries and different ways of the business to make your business better.
Yeah, that makes sense. So what is it that you love the most about what you do, if you could name one thing?
Well, there's a few things, but over the years, you see the changes that you make in people's lives, especially the kids. It's amazing. And being a parent myself, I see it's very hard to deal with your own kids sometimes. You get emotionally attached, but then sometimes it's easier to deal with somebody else's kids, kind of like if you're a babysitter or if you're a grandparent, it's easier to deal with maybe your grandchildren or somebody else, and our coach, you could have that effect on them, and I find that we could have that effect on kids and really help these kids gain confidence and grow in a way that they probably don't have, or encourage them in a way where they're doing things that they never thought they could do. And it's nice to see a kid light up and walk out with confidence and with good etiquette and stuff that they might not get on a daily basis.
That sounds awesome. So what is one benefit from martial arts training that really stands out above the rest for people who might be interested in getting into it and say they've never done it before?
Besides the fitness and the confidence you get, I think the primary thing is you can be training. If you find a good gym, a good group of guys, a good group of girls to train with, you have that camaraderie with that person, and it goes a long ways. I mean, people usually hit people that, if they're in danger, they have a problem. I tell people I only hit people that I like, so it's kind of the opposite. And it's for you to hit somebody and smile and back and forth. If you go extreme with the martial art, you don't have to get hit, but it goes a long ways you must really love that person or like them to really do that to them and allow them to do it to you in a sense. But you get a good sense of team, especially at our gym. It's a little bit different than others. There's no one up and try to hurt each other. It's always trying to help each other, build each other up, which is a great environment for anybody.
Sounds like a great team environment. Well, thank you very much, Charlie. Really appreciate your time.
Great, thank you.